What's up everybody, it's Mars here, and today we're taking a trip through the entire history of Treyarch Zombies, ranking every Zombies mode from World at War all the way to the most recent release of Black Ops 7. We'll be looking at all the maps, storylines, gameplay innovations, atmosphere, Easter eggs, replayability, community reception, and overall impact on the Zombies franchise. This isn't necessarily ranking every individual map, it's ranking each game's experience as a whole. And keep in mind, this is in my personal opinion. Your opinion could be different, and that's okay. But this is mine. Let's begin, shall we? Let's start at Call of Duty World at War. Map selection: Nocturne Toten, Verrucht, Shinonuma, and Doris. Nobody expected Zombies to become what it is today. And back in 2008, Nocturne Toten was just a secret bonus mode after finishing the campaign. Yet somehow that tiny map launched one of the most iconic game modes in gaming history. While there weren't any Easter eggs or deep quests just yet, these maps established the atmosphere Zombies would become famous for. Dark environments, creepy sounds, eerie feelings, and the constant feeling of being overwhelmed created genuine horror. Doris introduced the Pack-a-Punch, the teleporters, and the beginning of the storyline involving Group 935. The community absolutely loved it, and the foundation for everything we know today was born here. World at War may feel primitive today, but its influence alone earns it an A tier. We got 4 stars on it. Now we're moving on to Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. Map lineup consisted of Kino de Toten, 5, Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, and Moon. This is where Zombies became a phenomenon. Black Ops took everything from World at War and built it and elevated it to another level. Plus, the Resurrection DLC brought back all of the classic World at War maps. Every DLC felt like a massive event. Kino became one of the most iconic maps ever made. Call of the Dead brought celebrity characters. Moon completely changed the scope of the zombie storytelling. And this is where Richthofen, Dempsey, Takiel, and Nikolai became fan favorites. The Ether storyline exploded in popularity, and players became obsessed with hunting Easter eggs and uncovering lore. Many fans still consider BO1 the golden age of zombies. For atmosphere, innovation, and storytelling, Black Ops easily is an S tier, 5 stars. And now we're on to Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. Map lineup included Transit, Nuketown Zombies, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins. Black Ops 2 might be the most divisive Zombies game ever released. When it launched, the community was extremely mixed. Transit was ambitious but super frustrating. Die Rise was controversial and overall not that great of a map. And many players weren't sold on the Victus crew. But then Treyarch started releasing more DLCs. Mob of the Dead completely changed the conversation surrounding Black Ops 2 Zombies. Its atmosphere, story, and gameplay are still praised even to this day. And then Origins released. It introduced Primus and fundamentally changed the direction of zombies forever. The highs of Black Ops 2 are amongst the highest in Zombies history. Unfortunately, the lows are one of the lowest. Still, Mob of the Dead and Origins alone can push this game into an A tier, and I'm giving it 4 stars. And now we're moving on to Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It delivered one of the strongest map selections ever, with Shadows of Evil, The Giant, Horizon Draka, Zetsubo no Shima, Gorod Krovi, and Revelations. And then they released the Zombie Chronicles, which gave us Origins, Kino, Moon, Ascension, Shangri-La, Nocturne Toten, Verrucht, and Shinonuma, all packed in to one game. And for many fans, this is the peak of Zombies. Including myself, I think that this is one of the best, if not the best, zombies modes we've ever experienced. The gameplay just felt polished and smooth. Easter eggs were cinematic. The storyline reached its most ambitious point. Maps like Dreisendrache and Gorod Krovi are regularly mentioned among the greatest zombie maps ever made. Even years later, Black Ops 3 remains one of the most active zombies games thanks to custom maps and the Zombie Chronicles. This is Treyarch at their absolute best. Easy S tier, 5 stars. Let's move on to the next one. And now we're going on to Black Ops 4. With maps like 9, Voyage of Despair, Blood of the Dead, Classified, Dead of the Night, Ancient Evil, Alpha Omega, and Tag der Toten. Black Ops 4 had the impossible task of following Black Ops 3, and at launch, things didn't go so well. The game introduced major changes, such as a new perk system, specialist weapons, a new HUD, and new mechanics. And many longtime fans, including me, hated these changes. However, the content itself was sort of impressive. Sort of. 9 remains one of the best launch maps Treyarch has ever made, and Ancient Evil is often considered one of the most underrated maps in Zombies history. The Chaos storyline had potential, but never got enough time to develop. And the ending of the Ether storyline also left many fans disappointed, including myself. Years later, Black Ops 4 has gained more appreciation, but the gameplay changes still hold it back a lot. But still, I'm willing to give it a B tier. Let's go 3.5 stars. And now we're on to Call of Duty Cold War Zombies, with their map lineup being Die Machine, Firebase Z, Mauer der Toten, and Forsaken. And for this one, Cold War completely reinvented zombies. Treyarch made the mode more accessible than ever before. The players could spawn with custom loadouts, upgrade perks permanently, level weapons, and progress through RPG systems. And though that might all be great for the newer players, I myself felt this completely made zombies a little too easy. But the Dark Ether storyline began here and gave players a fresh start after the ending of the Ether. The gameplay was still fun and addictive. The progression systems kept people grinding for months. But the biggest complaint was the atmosphere. Many maps felt easier and less mysterious than previous Zombies experiences. But still, Cold War brought millions of players into Zombies and successfully modernized the formula. And I feel B tier is exactly where it needs to be. It was great, but I feel the changes made the game too easier. B tier, like I said, 3.5 stars. And now we're moving on to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies, with their map lineup showing Terminus, Liberty Falls, The Tomb, Citadel de Mort, and Shattered Veil and Reckoning. And boy oh boy did this one fail to meet expectations. The gunplay was still excellent, the movement was smooth, progression systems at this point were deep, but the soul was missing, the soul of Call of Duty Zombies. Many maps lacked the atmosphere and personality that made older Zombies unforgettable, and the Dark Ether storyline continues, but struggles to capture the excitement of the original. A large portion of the community feels the mode has become too focused on Warzone style progression and accessibility. And honestly, they're right. While there are enjoyable moments, many longtime fans view Black Ops 6 as one of the weakest Treyarch Zombies experiences ever. For me, I gotta put it in the D tier, 1 star. And now we're on to the latest addition to Treyarch's Zombies franchise, Black Ops 7, with maps that include Ashes of the Damned, Totenreich, Kowakujo, I don't know how to pronounce that fucking name, and Paradox Junction. I don't know if they're going to release any more, but this is the map lineup currently. And even though Black Ops 7 is a terrible game overall, I do not recommend buying this game at all, unless it's for the Zombies experience, because it improves on some of BO6's mistakes. The maps, at least in my opinion, have stronger identities. The atmosphere is a little better, and the gameplay is more refined. Treyarch clearly listened to the community feedback and they tried their best to get Zombies back to where it was. But it still struggles to reach the heights of earlier Zombies titles. The dark Ether storyline continues again, but it also continues to divide the community as well. Some players enjoy it, while others still miss the emotional connection they had to the original crew. The mode is definitely moving in the right direction in my opinion, but it hasn't fully recaptured the magic of the classic era. But because of some of those improvements, I feel Black Ops 7 Zombies deserves a C tier rating, 2 stars. And for my final rankings, in S tier, we have Black Ops and Black Ops 3. In the A tier, we got World at War and Black Ops 2. In the B tier, we got Black Ops 4 and Cold War. Standing alone at C tier is Black Ops 7, and standing alone at the very bottom at D tier is Black Ops 6. And that's my ranking of every Treyarch Zombies mode from World at War all the way to Black Ops 7. Do you agree with my ranking? Is Black Ops 2 actually an S tier, and I'm just wrong about it? Does Black Ops 4 deserve more respect? And where would you put Cold War? Because honestly, it's pretty much a juggle where you can put Cold War. Let me know your rankings down below. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.